So the average landing page converts about 9% of its traffic. But let's be honest, most of them are just bloated, confusing, and full of fluff that will kill conversions. I've seen it over and over again, too many buttons, too many words, and too many chances for people to bounce. Now, if you think that I'm just another person yelling at you to optimize your landing page, I'm Alfie, and for the last 6 years, I've been designing landing pages for startup founders and agency owners to help them scale. I've designed landing pages that converts over 20% consistently without any complicated marketing jargons. You don't have to take my word on this, you can literally see the reviews and the testimonials that my clients have given me regarding my designs. So in this video, I'll be breaking down the proven landing page blueprint that will turn your visitors into your paying customers. And as an example and case study, let's take a look at my recent work on an email marketing agency. So first thing first, let's take a look what the landing page looked before I redesign it. So as you can see, here's what we got. So we got the hero banner here, we got just a little bit of case study. This section talks about what the business is all about. We got a bit of a logo here as a social proof, and we just got a bunch of, I think this is more of a case study, also like a bit of testimonials from his clients. And here the landing page talk about what the business does and a bit of the benefits here as well. And then here they sort of showcase the process. So all in all, the copy is not that bad so far. However, in terms of design, this landing page is lacking in that area. As you can see, the design looks kind of outdated, and there's just a lot of colors that doesn't really work here. As you can see, there's white, gray, green, orange, so it's kind of like jumbled up mess in a sense, which is why the landing page doesn't really look as modern as it should be. Additionally, this landing page also misses a few crucial elements that will increase the conversion rate, in which I'll talk more deeper about in a bit. So now let's take a look about how I've redesigned the landing page into this. Let's start with the most important part of any landing page, the hero banner. This is literally your first impression, this is your make or break. And if you mess this one up, people are gonna have a negative first impression of your business, and that's gonna be detrimental for your conversion rate. And unfortunately, many businesses actually mess this one up by having a cluttered design and a very vague copy. Because here's what your hero section should actually do for you. First thing first is clearly describe what you offer, create the desire with the outcome, and guide visitors towards action. And in this landing page that I've built, here's how I actually nailed it. So the headline says, leverage cold email outreach to generate consistent leads. This is bold, benefit driven, and also directly communicates value. And then on the sub-headline, it says, we use AI-driven outreach to fill your sales pipeline with high-quality leads so you can focus on closing deals and not chasing prospects. And this sub-headline directly explains how and promises the dream outcome. And as you can see, we have a CTA button here, which is simple, high contrast, and also action-oriented. And it says book a discovery call. So if anyone that reads this are interested in it, they can literally just go here and book a discovery call with the business owner. And you gotta understand that trust is everything in the business. So that's why I included the social proof here. So I included some customer reviews. I also included the VSL here, which is a video sales letter. And I also included a few noticeable logos that they have worked with. So this is basically a list of client of my client. And these three elements are very, very useful in increasing your brand authority, in which case people will trust you more. And from that trust, they will be converted into your customer base. So the hero banner is not just about showing off your design, but it's also about being clear and also credible. Now in the next section, I also included the client stories. And let me explain why this is important. Also, my lights just shuts up. Let me just turn it on again. Anyway, next, let's talk about the client story section. The issue is that most landing pages talks about what they do but not what results that they can get. And that is a big mistake. So in this case, I added real stories and real results to sort of highlight what success looks like. So here, as you can see, we have a client story from the one client, the second client, and the third client. In here, it shows that 15 calls converts into 2 paying clients, $14,000 in sales bought within 3 months, and also quick results and cash collected. And there's also a video proof talking about this. Now, these works because these stories actually paint a clear picture of their transformation. They are relatable, and most importantly, they also create a belief that this will work for me too. And that's why they work. Now, moving on to the next section, let's talk about the problem section. So before you pitch the solution, you oftentimes want to show that you understand the problem that your customers are facing. So in this case, we added this problem section, which showcase no time to generate leads, get leads now and then but nothing consistent, getting leads but they are unqualified. So these are the common 3 problems that my customers are actually having, in which case I put them down in my landing page and I talk about them. And the reason why this works is that because it shows empathy, it positions the offer as the antidote for this problem, problems, and it keeps people reading by tapping into their pain point and keeping them much more engaged. And in which case, on the next section, you showcase the solution to those problems. Now, in this case, we have the solution sections right after the problem section. And it starts with one bold promise, which says that consistently attract premium leads while we handle everything for you. We build out systems that have been proven to work time and time again using softwares and strategies that no one else is using. Now, this headline does two things very, very well. It tells your ideal clients exactly what they want to hear: getting more premium leads. And it reassures them by letting them know that they don't have to lift up fingers to actually get it. And even the sub-headline also backs this up. So in this case, we're not just offering them a commodity service, but we're also giving them a ready tested system backed by experience and built for results. And to make it much more scannable, I make sure to present the benefits in a bento grid style so it's much more cleaner and just much more easier to read and also looks good on the eye. So in this case, the three main benefits are AI-powered lead generation, proven industry expertise, and also making sure that their money is well spent. So this section isn't just about listing the features, but it's also about removing doubt, building a desire, and make it painfully clear what they stand to gain by working with you. And if you can communicate your value clearly like this, your landing page will not just only inform, but will also convert your visitors into your customers. But before that conversion happens, one very crucial element is still needed, which is why you need authority, numbers, and also testimonials to back up your claims. And in this case, on our next section, we have the experience section and also the testimonial section in here as well. Because trust builds conversions, and that is why I added these numbers along with the video testimonials over here. So in this case, we showcase that 100 plus clients have been served, 1,500 plus sales calls booked, and also over $2 million revenue generated. And we also have a video testimonials here, which basically showcase the client's struggle before, what we implemented, and also what results they got. And the thing is, hearing happy clients talk about their success is infinitely much more persuasive than saying we are good at what we do. That's just a fact. And now we talk about the next section is the process section. So in this case, we have a 4-step process for this business. And having this process section, especially for an agency, makes it much more simpler to actually want to buy from this. Because in this case, you as a business, you are being clear to your customer base about how you can get them these results. So in this case, we break it into 4 steps, which is setting up the email infrastructure, create a targeted lead list, write a high converting email script, and also lead management and booking. So once your potential client see this, and they'll be interested and be like, oh, okay, so this is the things that this business can do for me. And in which case, okay, cool, now I'm much more clear about what they can do. I would like to book a call with them, because these steps make sense, and because these steps again helps inform your customers what you do for them and the results that they can expect from you. So honestly, this process section just builds clarity, trust, and perceived value of your business. And in order to reinforce that trust, next up, let's talk about having a case study section. So to reinforce trust, we included detailed case study showing the before and after results. So in this case, we have one client saying how we doubled his investment within 4 months, and another case study where we generated $24,000 in 6 weeks with cold email. And the thing is, why does this matter exactly? Well, because stories sell, and they prove you are not just making claims, but you are also delivering ROI, which is return on investment. Because thing is, anyone can say that they will get results, but when you show it with hard numbers and real client quotes, that's when you get people to take action. And speaking of client quotes, next up, the most important client quotes is your testimonials. So after the case study section, we showcase the testimonial section, followed by also the FAQ section. So why is the FAQ section important right after the testimonial section? Is because that most of the time your prospects will have objections. They will always have an objection, and there's no going about it. So will this work with my niche? What if I don't get results? Do I need to commit long term? They have many different objections, and in which case the FAQ will help solve the objections for them. It helps neutralize that objections before they even come up with the sales call itself, and pair it with all of these testimonials right over here, and you pretty much build a solid foundation. And if you pair the FAQ with the testimonial section over here, you have basically made a solid foundation to build trust for your business. And the last thing I want to talk about as well is one very important aspect in this whole landing page is basically the importance of your design. Because no matter how many information that you present to your visitors, if your design is shit and your presentation is really bad, people are not gonna trust your business. They will actually likely think that your business is a scam, which is not what you want them to think about. Because if they think that's a scam, then your first impression is broken. It's really hard to recoup that trust back. Because again, no matter how good your copy is, if your landing page looks like it's built from 2011, which is what my client's landing page looked like before they come to me, you're unfortunately going to lose people. And let me tell you why great design matters, right? So first thing first, it instantly builds trust. Secondly, it enhances clarity. Third, it reinforces your brand. And fourth, it increases your perceived value. And all of these together are very important in order to easily convert your cold visitors into paying clients. Because cold visitors, what they want is to make sure that they trust your business. And all of these 4 points help them trust your business much more easily. So yes, while the copy drives the message, but the design ensures that the message is read and felt and acted on. So to recap, here's the list of the most important things to add in your landing page, which is the hero banner, your client success section, your problem section, your solution section, your credibility and testimonial section, your process, your case study, FAQs, and ultimately having a good design. So if you can check all of these boxes, you're pretty much ahead of 90% of your competition already. Now I understand all of this can sound quite simple, but it's not really easy to go through with. There's a lot of hard work that actually goes into building a landing page, and that is actually where I come in. So if you're a startup founder or an agency owner that is looking for a landing page that doesn't only convert but also looks beautiful, simply book a call with me. The link will be in the description. So with that said, knowing all of this process is not going to be enough if you don't understand the 4-step process of creating a high converting landing page. I created a video covering all that in much more detail over here, so make sure you guys click on this video and I'll see you there.